Hello everyone, welcome to Read Bible with me. Hope you are having an amazing time. In my last motivational podcast video, I shared with you how to think during the hard trials. After that video, I actually thought maybe I should also tell you how we are processing through during the hard trials or hard times. Because only if we think right, we cannot get over the hard trials. For that, we may need to know how to face or how we are processing those, right? So when you usually get the hard times, how you face those or how you feel those? Did you just cry and be negative all time? Did you just always and only share your troubles with your friends or families all the time? Did you just get anger and scold Jesus? Did you just fall to depression or anxiety? Did you just close yourself from everyone? Well, these are some of the things we do when we get or when we cannot face the hard times. Actually, it's okay to have such feelings or emotions because we are human beings. We will get emotions. But also, you cannot sit in the same way whole time. And if you believe in Jesus, maybe you should never sit in such way at all. Okay, in psychology, there are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. So denial means in the sense that we feel like our life become meaningless and overwhelming. We go numb, we worry how we can overcome this, or actually even why to overcome this. We just simply live each day with tons of pain inside. We are in a kind of shock actually. So the denial will actually help us to face our feelings. You will unknowingly begin the healing process. This is the stage we usually ask, why me? Why this happened to me? I told the detailed answer of that in my last podcast. Yes, of course, we will have troubles in our life which we are not ready to accept, and we are in a shock because we never expect that hard times to come in our life or in our plans would go like this. We never expect that, and we started thinking like, why I should live, how I can overcome this. Even if I overcome, what others will think. So what is the use of living in such way? And that is the point. We actually start healing. Then next comes the anger. Literally, this is the stage you ask, where is God? There is no God. Even anger to your friends, family, or enemy. In psychology, anger is actually necessary for healing. Anger helps you to manage the problems because anger has no limits, and actually anger gives strength for you to get hold of the situation. The anger to the person makes you more love or more close to the person. That's one weird truth to hear, I know, but that's true, guys. Anger makes you to love the person more. The anger to that person is the indication of your love to that person. It becomes like a bridge. It forms like a bridge between you and that person. So in my last podcast, I told you the answer for there is no God. Yes, there is God. God is making you stronger and closer to God through the hard times. So did you understand how God is making us stronger? So when we get hard times, we might be in shock and anger. Through those, we started getting more closer to Jesus. Actually, we started look more into the Bible and started finding the reason against him. Actually, you will try to find the reason in anger to show God did wrong or I did right, but actually through that you are making a bridge between God and you. Next step is bargaining. From the word itself, we can understand we start negotiate with the God. That is, if it's just before the hard time, we bargain like, I will do anything if you could make this right, or if you could take this away from me, please God. If it's suppose after the hard time started, we bargain like, what if I devote rest of my life if you make this correct? What if only like statements will come. We actually want our life to be return as it was, or we want to stay in the past. We started to bargain because we feel tons of guilt inside. So in my last podcast, I told you we usually ask, is it because I sinned or am I not blessed? The guilt comes in play at this stage of bargaining. We started to find fault in ourselves and started thinking like we could have done differently. We were filled with pain and we will do anything to not to feel that pain. And we even might stay at this stage for very long time. Even we may start feeling from stage 1 again. In the first podcast, I told you the detailed answer. This is not something about your blessings or your sin. It's something that God is making you into. He's making you more closer, stronger, and more of a believer. Then next step is depression. So in bargaining, you stays in past and heals. In depression, you comes to the present stage, and you need to understand this depression is not the mental illness. The mental illness depression needs to be corrected with treatment. This is a kind of deep mood swing, not a mental illness. So at this stage, the guilt catches so deeply than you can imagine. Started feels like you're alone, nobody's there to help me, and feels like this is lasting so long. You will feel like you are all alone, nobody is understanding you. Again, in my last podcast, I told you about the thought of nobody with me. So this is so crucial. Snapping out of the situation is a little harder than you can imagine. But let me ask you, if we have no such kind of feelings during hard times, then it means something is not correct. But if we have such emotions, it means we are healing. This is the stage you need to understand with a relaxed mind that God never wants someone there with you, because God itself is there with you during this time. Then the next step is acceptance. This is the stage of accepting the reality. It's not the feel of okay or yeah, all right, it's fine. That is not the stage. If we lost someone, we get to this stage as accepting the loss. If we have the loss in hard times, we accept, yes, we lost it. We accept the reality. It's not just that feeling of okay. It's that real feeling of accepting the reality. We learn to live with it. We start to readjust. We redesign, reorganize. We start to live again. Enjoy our life, new connections, new friendship, new relationship. We grow, we move, we change, we evolve. We may even start to help others. This is the stage where we change everything of our past. So when I see these stages with Bible, I feel how clearly God has told us about this. We started denying our situation. We won't be able to accept that whatever we read from the Bible is not reaching the head. Then we start getting anger. So God told us, when you get anger, you don't sin. Yes, of course, God knows we get hard times. We might feel anger to Him. So it's okay to feel anger to God. But God also told us not to do sin. Through that anger, God is making you more closer to Him. Then we started to convince the Lord through bargaining. We say to Lord that if I get that, I will do anything. If you think you can understand. Usually when we are at this stage, usually God never answers, because God knows we are bargaining, it's not coming from our heart. We are bargaining because we are not ready to accept that. We are still in the past. Suppose if God accepts the prayer at this stage, then in the beginning we will follow our bargaining. After a few days we started, today I'm not well, so we started delaying. Then we started postponing. Slowly we even forget that. Then again, only in the next trouble we feel the God. Right? Then next is depression. This stage we cry a lot to God. We tell God that I'm alone, help me. But do you realize you are not alone at this stage actually? God has made you more closer to Him through the last stages, especially with anger. You get even more closer to God. That is why when you are in depression, you are praying to God actually, saying you are alone. you came to the present stage and you started to understand that you are having hard times. You are in tears to God because you understood that, and slowly you will remember some of verses from the Bible, like the pain that you have been feeling can't compare to you to that's coming. Then be bold, be brave, be courageous. Then there is a time for everything and a reason for every activity under the heavens. Then I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born. So such of many verses come to your mind. Even if it doesn't come to your mind, you even started searching in the internet. One or either way, you will come to the present. Then slowly you started accepting the hard time as God is making me strong, and you started finding solutions with more prayers. Like God said, commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, He will act. You started accept the hard time, and you started act more stronger and closer to God, and started praise Lord in front of others. You do testimony, you do something with Lord. By the end of the day, you begin as a new strong believer. So this is how we are processing during the hard times. It's okay to feel anger to God or talk to God in anger, feeling depressed. That's the stage we are supposed to go through. But at the end of everything, remember God, because God itself told through verses, through His life, through many others' life, that we will go through many stages, but that is not wrong. It is making us stronger. Just you have to do is, when you go through such hard times, try not to sin yourself. Okay friends, I hope you got the point of how we are actually processing through hard times, where it's okay to have that all the emotions, depression to our life, and if we ask to the God, it's okay, but just remember not to do sin in our life. So I hope this point will make you to understand more deeply about the hard times, and you will face the hard times little more relaxing way from this time onwards. Okay, I'm stopping here right now. I will see you in my next video with some other topics. So if you enjoyed this kind of video, please let us know, comment below, or even you can Gmail us if you want us to talk about something. Just let us know in our Gmail, or if you just want to share that with us, and if you want to reply, just let us know that too. We will reply to you. And if you want us to talk about something in the YouTube, you can just mention that. Please talk about that in the YouTube so that we can record the video for you guys. So we will see you all in the next video. Until the next, bye bye. Have a great day and be strong with Lord.